Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing different things in Finnish homes part 2. There's some more stuff that I want to cover, so let's get into it. Now before we get into today's video, I've had a little bit of time off. Finley had a surgery, so that was priority, and also a little bit of an announcement. Myself and my partner are expecting a baby girl, so that's amazing. So she's expected to be born around December, so December, start of next year. So expect some baby related videos coming out of me very soon. Let's go on with the video. Now the first thing that I want to talk about is in the bedroom. I'm not going to show you because I've been specifically told don't show our bed because my partner's a little bit embarrassed. It's not dirty or anything. I don't know why. But when I came to Finland, one of the biggest things that I noticed was there's 2 blankets on a bed. Especially a double bed. There's 2 blankets. So in my mind, I don't know. It's nice to share a big blanket with someone, but in this house we've gone back to the more Finnish traditional way of having a separate blanket each. Now I understand that it's normal here, and I can see why people have different body temperatures, prefer different thickness of blankets around the year. For example, my partner likes thick blankets because she feels the cold. I'm always hot, so I like to have a thinner blanket. So here in this house, we're having the 2 blankets, and I don't know. I still feel a bit mixed about it. I like to have a single blanket, and the one that we share, but I can see the pros of having your own blanket. So yeah. 2 blankets on a double bed. That's very strange because, like I said, it's not common in Australia. So I've literally never seen that anywhere until I came to Finland. Cool. Now the next item. I noticed this when I first came to Finland, and my partner started bringing all of her stuff that she had at her parents' place. She started bringing it into our new apartment. And I started noticing there were all of these mugs and plates and stuff that had these little characters on them. And I was like, okay, what's going on? And for those of you who don't know, it's called The Moomins. The Moomins is a fictional... For those of you who don't know, because they're literally everywhere, so she had all this stuff, and it had all these creatures, and I don't know, it was kind of big to take in. I'll share some pictures because we've sold most of our Moomin stuff. We had a lot of mugs, and we had some plates. But yeah, I actually I know some people that are heavily into collecting this stuff. There was just a little bit of information about what the Moomins are. They're central characters in a series of books and a comic strip by a Swedish-speaking Finnish illustrator. I'm gonna butcher this. I'm sorry. The name is Tove Jansson. Originally published in Swedish by something, I don't even know. Anyway, so they're it's a family of white, round, fairy tale creatures with large snouts that make them resemble hippopotamuses, which is exactly what I thought they were when I first seen them. Almost every Finnish home will have a Moomin mug or a Moomin item There is a lot of them. Anything you can think of has got Moomin stuff on it. Almost all the Finnish homes, I'm guaranteed you can find Moomin mugs. There's over 100, this is just the mugs. There's over 100 different mugs. So obviously there's a lot you can collect. They've been manufactured since the 1990s. And in 2013, a rare collector of the Moomin mugs paid, it was 10,000 euros for one mug. That's crazy. Yeah, when I grew up, my mother was collecting stuff from, I think, like the 1950s and onwards. So there was a lot of like antique stuff around the house. So when I came here, and there's a lot of these cartoon characters that was just everywhere, and it just seemed normal. It was interesting to say the least. Now, the pictures that I just shown you is of another family member who's heavily into collecting Moomin items. Yeah, so let me know in the comments if you do this as well, and what type of stuff do you like to collect from the Moomins? What's your favorite? Now, the next item that I want to talk about is extremely self-explanatory. Well, it is to me. I know there were some places in Australia that I went to that they didn't really mind. But here in Finland, it is a big no-no, and that's going into a house with your shoes on. It's self-explanatory. Here, people like to take their shoes off, obviously, so they don't track mud or snow or whatever is outside on your shoes inside. So you take your shoes off and leave them by the door as you come into the house. Yeah. It's super straightforward to me. I can see why that's practiced and done here in Finland. There was a discussion about this very topic in the Australians in Finland Facebook group that I'm in. And a lot of people, yeah, I don't know, they weren't too keen on the idea. I think they were more focused on, yeah, you take off your dirty shoes, but then you have sweaty, dirty socks. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't agree. I don't think the whole sock thing really matters. If anything, it looks a little nicer, you know, wearing socks and staring at people's feet. Yeah. So another thing, take your shoes off whenever you enter a household here in Finland, and yeah, it's just the norm. Now this one was big. When I first came to Finland, I never really thought about it, and that's recycling. Now, in Australia, I grew up, and in our house, we had one bin, and everything went in there. Plastics, cardboard, paper, metals, anything. Just all went into one bin. But when I came to Finland, like, for example, our house that we're in right now, how many bins do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have like 5 different bins. That's crazy, you know, and like packaging. Like, for example, this basil. Plastic wrapper, the little plastic pot that the plant's in, and the plant itself. Whatever's not eaten will go into the bio waste, and the plastic into the plastic waste. In Australia, you just throw this whole thing in the bin. It's taught at a very young age here in Finland, and I'm all for it. I think it's awesome, and I know that Australia's slowly getting on board with it. They introduced a recycle bin, but yeah, it's it's definitely not as intense as it is here in Finland. Yeah, I think it's awesome. So yeah, recycling. Another thing, when you come to Finland, recycle, because you'll be looked at very strange, and you will be corrected straight away if you don't recycle. Now this is another one. I didn't even notice this until my partner told me about it, but it brings me on to another video that I'll include in here. And that is with our bathroom light. Is that too bright? Okay. yeah, with our bathroom light in the toilet, it's a little bit old, but still, it's got this little sign here. How can I show you this? Cool. Yeah, so it's got this sign. Cool. So that sign literally translates to do not touch the power socket, power outlet while wet. Another thing, self-explanatory, but I mean, nothing's really surprising anymore. There's warning labels on everything, as you'll see in this next video. And I actually took this video that I'm about to show you. I took this when I was in Finland. I think it was maybe my second month, and I was on board one of the trains going to Järvenpää, and yeah, I thought it was very funny. So yeah, check out the video. Cool. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I thought that would be very self-explanatory as well, but apparently not. So yeah, having signs to warn people not to touch outlets while they're wet makes sense. You'll most likely see signs like this in public areas, as well as some households that I'm assuming will have dated stuff like this. And it's I've never seen that in Australia yet. I haven't been there in almost 3 years, so I don't know if they've started to introduce it and stuff, but I haven't seen it. That's another interesting thing here in Finland. Now this one here. Now this last item was requested by my partner because I've never seen it in Australia. I think my mum had one, and that is a cheese slicer. The cheese in the cheese here in Finland, or the cheese that we get, is like a little cylinder. Don't know why. I don't know why. Why is it this shape? I mean, you're not eating it on circle-shaped stuff. Most of the knives aren't that big to be able to cut a full slice off this. So yeah, why is it a cylinder? Why is it just not a rectangle? In Australia, they are here as well, but in Australia we have rectangle blocks of cheese, and we don't really use cheese knives or cheese cutters, cheese slicers. We just cut it with a knife. I prefer that because I'm a cheese lover, so I like to cut thick slices of cheese. But we have this cool little hat. When we're done with the cheese, we can put it back on and throw it back in the fridge. Now this type of cheese slicer is really good because it's got this like little server, as you'll see. So you can just cut off a piece of cheese, and you know, you don't have to touch it. You can just pass it to someone or put it on someone else's sandwich, cracker, whatever they're eating, and it's served. Yeah, the cheese slices are cool here, but I mean the width is it's not the width of the cylinder piece of cheese. So I don't know why. Why is that? Yeah, you just get a little slice. The thickness is good, but yeah, I'm a cheese lover, like I said, so I always cut off a lot of pieces. So, like I said, the cheese slice is awesome, and something that I needed to talk about because it's a commonly used household item, I believe anyway. Let me know in the comments if it's something that you use all the time, and if you prefer to use a knife like I do, because you also love cheese. Yeah, interesting. That something definitely different than Australia. Cool. Well, that wraps up the video. I hope you enjoyed. Again, thank you to all the subscribers and the people commenting. Oh, I love it. It means a lot to me, and I'm gonna keep pumping out more videos. Cool. Now, as always, please remember to like, subscribe to the video, and comment down below on finished household items that you use in everyday life and stuff that you think people should see more of. There's definitely quite a few more that I want to talk about, but yeah, these ones came to mind. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.